Hi, welcome to the show. My name is Mina Ricky.
And I'm Lydia Korczak.
And today we interview Dearonne
Bethea.
What an interesting and inspiring story that was. He comes from one of the lowest income counties in the country, and he has made himself a multimillionaire by working hard and working smart.
Yes, not only working hard and smart, he had the privilege to be around very successful people. He comes from a military background, and he was telling that he was driver to generals. And at the end of his military career, he was reporting to White House. And he was saying the reason that he got that opportunity to work around generals because he would put his 110%, 120%. He was a workhorse, and that's just work hard and you will be rewarded.
Yeah, and also not only that, it almost seems to me that his personality is very easy to like or dislike for that matter. And I think he found grace and favor in some important key people that were in charge of him that just took him under his wing. So that's one part of it. He says, my life started changing when I got my first coach, and it was just somebody from the military. But the other thing is, he was able to respond to that care by pushing himself into areas where he's never been before. One of the things that just surprises me the most is, wealth it's a mind game. You have to be able to accept the energy that comes with wealth. You have to be able to accept the responsibility and to know that it is not just to benefit yourself, but also to bring some sharing and taking care of with other people. So that way you can just continue to flow. And he did that really, really well. From the beginning, he's been talking about his team, how he provides for opportunities to his team, which I think is just so easy to me. It's because when you're an entrepreneur, you're working on problems, you're working on solutions, and then you just kind of just want to get things going. But this guy is really stopping to see, I mean, I want my team to have the same opportunity. And if they are going through something and they can invest on this, I want to help them because I want to bring everybody up. And I think that's just very special.
That's right. He talked a lot about team, and you do need to have a big team in order to have 65 sources of income, 65 different businesses. And he mentioned that everybody has to eat. And it's not a fun time if one person eats and the other one looks at you that you're eating, meaning if one person successfully making money, the other person is not. So that's pretty impressive to me, honestly. And that's what makes him one of the unique business owners that will continue to succeed and continue to grow, because he did mention that he wants to obtain 100 businesses.
Yes, he continues to grow. It's funny because that always kind of something I think about, like how much money do I want to own in order for me to just kind of forget about it and focus on something else. But he just keeps on going. Now, we know Dearonne from Vince Gethins. They are partners in Tri-City Group, and they buy multifamily. And Vince has been evading us a little bit on the podcast because he's really busy. He's just this guy on operations, super hyper, super focused, and just absolutely amazing. And we'll bring him to the show very soon so you can see why these two work together. So we know Dearonne from Vince, but we also know that Dearonne is in the look for talent and people to include into his team. And when that happens, he embraces them and they actually move to Hawaii. So when we were at the conference, I asked Dearonne, what motivates you? What moves you? What is just sparks your heart in the morning? And he says, Mina, it's actually sharing and helping people. I want people to have the success I have. I want to, especially the military people, the military folks that in a way they have a very square mindset because they have to be able to operate inside the military. But he's just saying that's not the only way, and there is many more opportunities, and I want to be part of that change and that influence that just changes people's life for the better.
That's right. His whole motto is pay it forward and they will come back to you. And I do believe that as well with all of his successes that he's running.
There is two more things I like to say. One is that his family is very much involved as well. His wife is a lovely lady. Lydia and I want to bring her to the show as well. Just strong, smart, on point. And that just goes to show also that a woman can break a man or make a man. This lady seems that she's behind him, pushing him, supporting him, being with him or next to him, or whatever you want to call it. And she's just very amazing, and her kids too.
Mina, I had an interesting experience the other day. I was showing properties to a family with 2 kids, and we had 10 to see. After viewing about half, the family was getting pretty hungry, and they really just wanted to continue the other day.
So what did you do?
I went to my car and pulled out a bag of delicious Ricky jerky. They loved it so much they were able to continue our day without any issues. All the ingredients are 100% natural, plus every strip is seasoned, marinated, and smoked by hand to give you the best experience and slap you back into the gear. But I need to buy some more.
Oh, just head over to rickysjerky.com and use the discount code, the code REI, for 15% off your first order.
So whether you're a busy real estate agent or just looking for mouth-watering snack on the go, Ricky Jerky got you covered. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think Dearonne is a visionary and his wife is the implementer because she even talked about at the interview in Hawaii conference. By the way, they're going to have a conference in July 10th of next year, and it's going to be not 2 days, but 4 days because they want to do half-day education and half-day excursions and blending and networking. So any of you that listening, come to the show because we are going to be there as well. Me and Mina, we're planning to go there again. We're coming every year and we're learning tons from franchise to multifamily to passive income to you name it, government contracts. I mean, it has everything that you need, how to run your business, systems, operations, and how to be entrepreneur and successful entrepreneur. So do come July 10th and check our website, even check with us. We will be posting that information so you guys can buy those tickets when you go there.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a great place. So what they do usually is that they have a lot of speakers and information. So they want to break it down because the people that go, we are like, oh my gosh, this is great, but this is too much to take in just 1 day or 2 days. We need to break this up, and they listen and they're going to make it longer. Plus it's Hawaii. It's so perfect. It's just
True.
like the step before paradise, and the people are so cool and chill and relaxed, and I mean it's just so amazing, and it's such a nice break. I mean, we don't have to do it like everybody else does it. That's what is special about Dearonne and Vince and their team, that they look for ways to create something with the feedback that they are receiving, so it's just more enjoyable. The other thing I wanted to share with you guys, well, it was his family. It was the conference in Hawaii, July 10th, 2024. And the other thing that he was talking about, the LTV, loan to value. That means, you want to explain that?
So he's talking about all of his investment LTV 55%. That means he is putting out his own 45% into the deal. And 12 million, it's impressive, but it's not as impressive as you would hear other guests that we have in our team, in our podcast that we brought in. And the reason that him not having such a big portfolio, because he puts down 45% on his own money in every deal.
what that does is that so the bank will require, depending on the deal, depending on the operator, the owner, the syndicator, the bank will require 10, 15, 20%, 25%. It just depends. Everything is all depends. And what Dearonne is doing is he's putting 45% of his money, Vince's money, the investors' money into, so they don't get that much debt into the deal. So what that makes is that the deal is more secure. They have more room for things to go bad. If things go bad, that's okay. They can weather the storm without having to lose their money, their investment, their property. It just makes it for a very secure way of buying multifamily compared to a very aggressive syndications that we see out there where people are just barely making the down payment and they are just getting all this debt. Well, that's great. But if the rents go down, then you can even pay your own monthly payment, which that's what we're talking about.
Correct. So that also means to all the investors who are listening, more cash to you. So you get better returns on the investment. So the cash flow is much more better. When you put more money into the deal, the cash flow is there and the return on the investment is also bigger.
Yeah, I would trust them with an investment. I would. Absolutely.
I would as well.
Yeah.
I would as well because of the military background and everything, how they structured. It's very, very, I would say, buttoned down business, their processes, their systems, and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they have demonstrated through the events. You know, we see the team, how they work, how they operate. It is like a big family, and it's just really impressive.
That's right. Dearonne is huge family man, and his family is there support him. We even seen his mother-in-law is there as well. We've seen his kids and everybody's there. So do come next year, July 10, 2024. And it's going to be I believe it's going to be in Oahu, Hawaii. I believe that's where he's going to do it. But check with us to clarify that.
And look in the links as well. We'll drop them down there.
Yes.
And until the next one, thank you very much for plugging in.
Yes, thank you and be blessed. Bye-bye.
Bye.